Get this figure and more at Lunar Toy Store. Hey, my name is Jobby, and this has got to be the shittiest build I've ever done. And if you don't know what a model kit is at this point, get out. Please check out these other Gundam reviews, I cover it all there. And to all the people who are no doubt gonna point out the seam lines, the nub marks, the fact that this kit's unpainted and I'm a hack, I should go die. You're completely right. I built this kit in 1 hour, didn't care to sand it, didn't care to paint it, stickers go home. Do you even know what happens if I take my time on a model kit? It'll happen one day, as soon as I beat Pokemon Sun. The painting on this figure is non-existent, but the sculpting is very nice. Come to think of it, I've never had a bad building experience in my life, and this one was no exception. There was a sort of freedom I experienced for not sanding the nubs all the way, not caring about the look, and just getting the build done. And you know what? If you don't look at the kit from too close, it looks absolutely fine. I'm not excusing my actions, I completely acknowledge I'm a hack. I feel it's a more efficient way to build, because when you see the completed kit, you can pick out the nubs that are most visible and sand them down from there. Which I might do in the future, but probably not anytime soon because, But I will say that this is one of those kits that is just open to customization. That shield, maybe put a couple bullet holes in there, scratch it up, dry brush it. If I were to paint this, it would look very similar to the work I did with the Zaku. And not only because this mech looks a lot like the Zaku, it's because I don't know how to do anything else. So the building process was fun and smooth for the most part. You see, these little golden accents are actually separate pieces that you attach to the figure. That's not a problem. The problem is that why are these separate pieces and not the fucking white trim? This is one of the reasons why I hate stickers so much, because the parts that are covered with stickers could have easily been separate pieces, same as these little gold accents. But I had to compromise with my morals a little. As you can see, the eye is clearly a sticker. Didn't want the kit to look too plain. Stickers actually work if they're applied to a flat surface, but a sticker sheet that's almost the size of a card, review coming soon, trash. So this guy has a ton of accessories. He's got a gun, a rocket launcher, a pair of ammo packs. I assume these are bombs, I don't know, I'm just basing that off a metal slug. And you get an axe. That's a shitty axe. No, wait just a minute, you fucking queer. You get these two effects parts that plugs right into this axe. Still looks pretty shitty. I'm just kidding. I love this. And you could detach the fingers, put the axe in there, and then plug it back in. And for the firearms, you get a trigger finger, which plugs into the hand the same way. You also get one relaxed left hand, and that's all the hands. And I gotta hand it to you. I don't know where to take this joke. And just like the Zaku, you get an alternate helmet piece with a fin. But unlike the Zaku, I actually prefer the normal helmet for this kit. Not to mention it's completely it's tough to get off. And there is one more accessory that I will get into right now. So it's possible to arm this guy with all of his weapons. And because the process may be a little lengthy, I'm gonna present it as a transformation sequence. I will make any excuse to use my favorite elevator music. The song's called Dispersion Relation by Kevin MacLeod. Look it up and tell him I sent you. Now that was a little shorter than I thought it would be, but what's not short right now is my penis. Now let me just check that off of the joke list. The joke is that I have a boner. That piece that plugs into his ass is a brilliant addition, and I can't help but feel that this was the way the model kit was meant to be displayed. And there's a hole between his legs that you can plug a stand into, which gives you a lot more options for posing, you know what time it is. Ball joint at the head, can look up, and if you remove the head, you can rotate this little switch, and that moves the eyes. That's beautiful. Rotation at the arm, some forward movement, arm moves out, shoulder pad moves out, his right shoulder pad also moves out, but you get a ball joint at the shield, bicep swivel that should be treated gently, bend at the elbow, ball joint at the wrist, and now I can go crazy. Ball joint at the waist, swivel at the waist, front skirt moves up, side skirts move up slightly, and that allows for beautiful leg poseability. Back skirt doesn't move, and the legs move back that far. Sadly, no thigh swivel. Limited swivel at the crotch, bend at the knee, ball joint at the ankle, and it could pivot really nicely. The size of this kit is also nicely not my best segue. Here's the Master Grade Zaku, Robot Damashi Gundam Unicorn, High Grade Angsha, and the Madoka Godzilla Prime. Overall, this kit is awesome. And it would be more awesome if you took the time to sand it and paint it. If you wanted to build some model kits of your own, may I suggest the Lunar Toy Store? They got a decent selection of model kits and I do recommend picking some up. They're not that expensive. And I would have never done a quick build if it wasn't for Nick Graham on Patreon. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you contribute $10 or more to my Patreon, you can request a toy review of a figure from the Lunar Toy Store. You know, I might just stop taking model kit requests because presenting this unpainted and unsanded model kit I'm a fucking disgrace.